Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. What we have on the bench is a Carbine Leverset SL8000. So this is what I would call a Carbine SL8000 Leverset. They come in entrance, passage, privacy, so you can get them all for all different configurations and have them all looking perfectly around your house, all in the same configuration. Why go for Carbine? Well, Carbine is a trusted brand. Its parts, internal parts and mechanisms inside the lock are proven and tested and reliable. As where you can go to your hardware and pick up the same type of thing for probably $10 cheaper, most likely it's not going to be the same quality inside. Inside here we have a brass cylinder which takes a standard LW5 key, which means that these keys are now compatible with all other type standard locks. If you go for the cheaper ones, generally the keys aren't exactly quite correct, and matching the keys and things can be a bit of a problem. So the cylinder's better. The internal mechanisms, the springs and things like that are all tried and tested. These are sold by Locksmiths and lock installers and all the rest everywhere across Australia, mainly because it's a good lock at a good price and it's reliable and you're getting exactly what you're asking for. As where I see a lot of cheaper copies that look very similar, but they generally skimp on the internal mechanisms, the parts and the springs, and they are known to fail. One of the biggest fail problems has always been the latch. When this fails, you can be left cutting your door open, and it's an absolute nightmare. $200 locksmith bill to get this undone because it lives inside the door, like so. So if that lock's on there and this door's closed, if this fails, you can't get to it because the door is there. You can't undo it, you can't do anything. So that's why it's good to go with a good brand lock that's been tried and tested throughout the field, and that's what the Carbine brands are. That's why we sell them. So this one here, I'll just give you the quick rundown on this because it's on our lock shop. This is the satin chrome or silver. This is polished brass over here, just to give you an idea on the finish on it. That's polished brass. This is brown, and a lot of the time most of these locks are starting to come out in black as well, but let's not go there. All right, out of the box, one latch, two keys, some cardboard, some plastic, one inner, one outer lever, one striker, some screws, four wood screws, one little tool, and two long metal threaded screws, and some instructions. I'll give you the real quick rundown on how to install it. This is the 1-minute installation demonstration. Okay, you have your latch. This is in the 70mm configuration. If I push it forwards, it's in the 60mm configuration. How do you know what configuration you have on your door? You pull out one of these cool little tools, a ruler, and you go from the edge of the door to the center of the hole. I can tell that is 70mm. The other size is 60mm. So if I bring it to 60, I can say that is not in the center. So if I move it there, I know that that is the center of the hole. See? That's centered. So I know I'm working on a 70mm door. The other thing to take note about is the thickness of the door. Now remember, these locks do come in thickness. I think this is 35 to 45, which is most standard. And if we look at that, we're at 35. So we're good to go. We put our latch in, making sure that the ramp marries up with the ramp on the striker plate. Here's our striker plate. We want those two ramps to go together so that when this latch goes over this striker plate, it's able to go over the top and drop in. Now, as you can see there, this semicircle, the small semicircle, does not go into the big rectangle. It just sits underneath and gets pushed all the way in. When that's all the way in, that latch becomes solid so that you can't use a key card and shim it open. Okay, if both of them are in the hole, you're going to end up with troubles, and the latch doesn't become dead latch, so it's less insecurity. Once your latch is in and it's facing the right way, put two screws in there, making sure your latch is centered. As you can see now, it's not centered, so I'm just going to pull that across. Now it's centered. I'm going to separate my lock, making sure the key's on the outside, the screws are on the inside. I know it sounds pretty common sense, but some people do it wrong. You've got your square drive here. We're going to put that through that square hole there, and then just wiggle it until this post goes through that one and that one. It's really quite simple. I'm just going to pop it through like that. There we go. Wiggle, wiggle, done. Looking at it from this side, just pop that through, and wiggle, wiggle, and we're done. Alright, once we're up to that stage there, we put our lever on the inside, our knob, and we just lightly put it over the top and just wiggle it until it drops all the way down. If it doesn't drop all the way down, rotate your internal switch. So if it's on there like that, just center it, rotate it. Once it's all dropped all the way down, turn your switch. You should hear a click, click. So you know that that's the lock and the unlock activating on the Leverset. You've now got your nice big long screws. You put two on either side. Start with this one, then you might have to pull this handle down while you start this screw off to get that one in there, and you're pretty much good to go. Your lock is fitted. From the inside you have this switch. lever is locked, you come along with your key from this side, you can unlock it, you can even lock it as well, and that's locked. If it's locked on the with the key, it makes no difference. From the inside you can always undo it as well. So let's put it in the locked position. When you pull it down, you can still get out. Alright, so that is the Carbine SL8000 or Carbine 8000 entrance set in satin chrome, available from drlock.com.au. Leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching.